JB, do you know John Beam? I read this morning that he had been shot. The last chance you coach, and I literally was like, Jason Brown's been shot. Do you know John Beam, the coach from Laney University that transitioned into athletic director? Do you know him?
Laney College, yeah, junior college. Yeah, we knew each other based on the show after he replaced my show when I left season 3 and 4. He became the season 5 coach at Laney College up in Oakland. So it was a junior college as well. Successful coach up there, Coach Marshawn Lynch. A lot of guys revere him as a coach and a community guy there. Um, so we sat down at clinics a few times. We were introduced by mutual friends after the show, and that's how we kind of talked and stuff. But I did not I don't know him as a friend, just as a cordial professional. And so, unfortunate craziness going on there. That was the second shooting this week in Oakland on a college campus, by the way, and very unfortunate. I've gotten phone calls, obviously blown up because ESPN reported it as a no name, and so everybody thought it was me, of course, and of course Twitter, wish it was you, that stuff. So at the end of the day,
Darnell,
though, I
I
put
think
the
I
video.
saw Darnell's tweets. You're right. I mean, I saw that.
Yeah, I had to put a video out. Like, it's not me. Prayers to him and his family. I did get calls by buddies of mine that are up there, uh, other head coaches that are in that conference. And what I was told is very disturbing and unfortunate. I don't know if it's true yet. I haven't seen the final report, so it'll all be allegedly at this point. But I heard it was a targeting situation where they walked into his office apparently, and this is the layout. I've been to the campus, Jason. He was no longer the football coach. He's the athletic director now.
Yeah.
So he had an office that butts up against like the street, the neighborhood there in Oakland, and it's very, very far from the facilities. It's very, very far from anything, and it's real easy to go do something and not be seen and then just escape. And apparently that's what I've heard happen. And he's a good quarter of a mile from the facility, kind of way back. And apparently that's what I heard has happened. I don't know if it's true yet, and I've heard conflicting reports whether he's still alive or not, or he's fighting for his life. So hopefully he's still alive, fighting for his life, man.
Hold for
But
one
I
second
heard.
though, JB. Hold for one second. So this isn't some like random violence. You think that maybe it was like they intended to harm him?
That's what I was told. I don't know if it's true. It's allegedly, but I was told by another head coach, which I would hope he wouldn't tell me something like that. He told me that it seems to be a specific target that he walked into the office of Mr. of Coach Beam. So I don't know if that's true or not, man. If that's the case, that's scary. That's scary in America on a college campus where you should be safe. This happened when you're around kids and helping kids like he has his whole career, like we all have.
JB,
It's
let me
unbelievable.
ask you this. Like you were coaching out in Kansas, kind of out in the sticks and the boonies. California JUCO football, a lot of times it's connected to a major city. And so it's probably a little like where you were coaching, some rough kids came through the program, but the community wasn't rough. What he was dealing with, you got some rough kids and you're in a rough community. Just what is California junior college football? It sounds seems different than what you experienced in Kansas.
Yeah, well, I was a head coach at Compton College, obviously, and
Oh,
playing there. Obviously, coached in junior college in California at 7 different places. So obviously, we didn't play the Northern California schools, but Oakland and Laney is basically Compton College in SoCal. We obviously Southern California. So I coach at San Bernardino Valley also, which has led the nation in death toll several times in San Bernardino, as well as Compton. And then I coach at Chaffey College, which is a more affluent area in Rancho Cucamonga, but still connected to a major city in the Inland Empire. And then I've coached at, East LA College, which is also in the hood. So I've coached only at junior colleges in the hood. Most of them are in the hood in California. There's 72 junior colleges in California, Jason, to help your audience. 72 that play football in California alone. There's 71 in the rest of the United States combined. So that tells you the size of California junior college. Now, having said that, the Kansas JUCOs are a wholly different situation because they're in rural towns and they are scholarship based with dorms. So it's very controlled, more like a Division I situation. Junior college, you're living in your car, you're living at home, or if you're bringing out of staters into a hood type of city like Oakland or Compton, you got now Florida kids, Georgia kids with Compton and Oakland kids, and now you have to really be on your P's and Q's as the leader and the head coach because now you have a mixture of kids, mostly inner city kids, let's be honest, that now you have to tie all that together. It's great on one side that you can combine that and get everybody on the same page and hopefully teach them life lessons. And then it's also a very, very walk on eggshell situation where you don't know what's going to happen when you leave the campus. Because when you leave the campus, now these kids are on their own. And in California, they're looking for food. They're looking for safe haven. They're looking for females, whatever it may be. In Kansas, I got all eyes on you at all times. You're in the dorm room right here, and I got college coaches watching you butts. Very, very different. So California is a whole nother animal. So John Beam, what he did there is what we do in California, and it's very, very. It's the hardest level to coach at. Period. Hardest level. Period to coach at because you get the kid that's getting kicked out of 4-year schools or didn't make it out of high school or got 3-4 baby mamas, got issues that you're having to now tie together and help that young man get to the next level. And that's why I call junior college football jail. You got to get in and out of it so you can get back to the 4-year level and get what your dream is. California is totally different. And Oakland was, again, I coach at Verbum Day High School, Jason, in Watts. And the football field is literally on the fence line of the Nickerson Gardens projects here in Watts. And I've had guys jump over the fence, started shooting. We had to end the game. We've had all those scenarios that I've been a part of. And I know exactly where Laney is and what it's butted up against. And from what I've been told, that a guy walked in his office, did whatever happened, and then just went right into the hood behind it. And now they haven't found the shooter. So it's unfortunate. And but yeah, I've had the best of both worlds in that regard. National JUCO and California JUCO. And it's two different worlds, two different galaxies, actually. But the same kid, Jason, same kids.
I know you're grew up in that environment and all that, but how dangerous is it being a junior college football coach in California?
As dangerous as you can be, because at the end of the day, you don't have security walking around like a D1 coach. You don't have resources. You're out there in the hood at churches trying to get food at food banks for your players. If you really care for your guys, like I did, you go get food for your guys, like John Beam did. You go get other guys. You're invested. You're truly a part of the community. That's why it's a community college. It's a commuter school, and you're involved with. And Jason, I don't know if you could have anyone else that knows more about it than I do. But here's the issue: you got a school like a Mount Sac or a Fullerton College or a Riverside Community College or a El Camino Community College, where there's 50 to 60,000 students. I mean, these are bigger than UCLA. So the population, the general pop of a school like that, you have no clue what's there and who's in that school and who goes and attends classes. Because anybody that's 18 years old can go to junior college. So the issue is, football is very, very small in California to the general pop. The general pop in California pays the bills and keeps the lights on, not football. In Kansas, Mississippi, and Texas, the football team keeps the lights on at the college because you dorm 200 kids, you put them in dorm rooms. Financial aid pays for that, the federal government. So that you have to keep 200 guys in the dorms to keep the lights on. The rest of the population is maybe 3,000. Football, you got 200 and against 50,000 in California at a school. That's why California schools don't care about football here. Plus, it's a liberal woke situation, so they could care less about inner city football players, even though they'll say they do. Here's the issue. California could care less what's happening with John Beam and that football program. That's the sad part of it. That's why I had to get out of California and I took the national scale and went to Kansas because it's a completely different investment and you're important there. You take the school from red to the black financially, which I did at Independence. They were in the red financially, $1 million when I got there. We were $1 million in the black literally 6 months later because of enrollment, financial aid, and all the other things. California also took, Jason, student loans away for out-of-state students. So when California abolished the student loan for out-of-state students, now you got stuck to basically recruiting in-state talent. And when you did bring an out-of-state student in, they were basically paying double California fees. So now you're in debt as an out-of-state student. And now you're fending for your life to try to make ends meet. Not only to be eligible because you have to pay for your transcripts to be eligible, but now you can't eat, can't pay rent. Where are you living at? California JUCO is the hardest level to coach at, period, and it is very dangerous for guys that really love their players and kids like I did, and I'm going to go make sure that my kids aren't starving or in a car somewhere. That's the difference and why people don't understand it. The outside guy would never have a clue what we did on a day-to-day basis for those players, and it's dangerous grounds when you do that because you're in the hood, you're in there with those guys trying to get our players fed and housed. And unfortunately, the rest of the administration clocks in and clocks out 8 to 5, Jason. We're open 24/7, 365. Coach, I got a girl pregnant. Coach, I got a DUI. Coach, I got arrested 3 a.m. Our phones have to be answered, Jason. The counselor at the school don't answer those calls from those kids. We do. So that's why I was as hard as I was on my coaches, because at the end of the day, the definition of coaching, Jason, is get you where you could not get yourself. That's what people don't understand. I had to get those guys where they could not get themselves. That's what John Beam and so many others do. Unfortunately, to get shot on your campus, your own campus where you've been 40 years or whatever, John Beam's been there and a staple of the community, is a travesty. And it's a damn shame, to be honest.
If you enjoyed that video, be sure to hit the like button and subscribe so you never miss a moment of Fearless.